So, what do you do for The Guardian, and what is your position?
I'm the managing editor of The Guardian, and that there are two managing editors underneath the editor-in-chief, and it's kind of considered the management team, and we're in charge of the editorial side of The Guardian, but we also, work with business and the advertising departments to coordinate between editorial and advertising, and just look out for the general good of the paper. Our responsibilities in the editorial department consist of, we at meetings on Fridays try and advise them like, oh, you should try this idea, if you're going to write that story, take this angle, ask these questions.
So you guys are like an overall view, like view voice of the paper.
Yeah, I would say so. On our production nights, which are Sundays and Wednesdays, the managing editors, after the section editors have done edits with their writers and placed everything on the page, along with the graphics and the headlines and everything, that page is printed out, and it looks kind of like this, except it's not final. Like, the headline might be different, and there might be a bunch of mistakes in the stories and everything. It's given to one managing editor or the other, and usually we split them. And then after that, it goes on to the editor-in-chief. After I've done corrections, so I take out my red pen and just write on it, and they go back to the page, make corrections, save it, give it to the editor-in-chief. She does her own corrections, and then they print it again, and I do thirds. So what I do is firsts, and then Simone does seconds, and then I do thirds. And in thirds, I just make sure that the printed version that they handed me, they made the edits that Simone had asked for. People who end up moving to the top have like a certain editorial eye, and they know a lot about the school. They're really informed about the school, but they also know a lot about like the way journalistic language should be. And we just recently created like a new marketing team that's headed by Rob. And it's like a street team type thing where instead of maybe focusing just on calling people and asking for ads, we're doing really promotional stuff to get the Guardian's name out as if it's a brand. And so that involves, like we're doing Valentine's Day candygrams. It might not necessarily be a way to sell ads, but it's a way for people to think, oh, like the Guardian's, the Guardian's a good place.